In the headlines, troops of the Multinational Joint Task Force eliminate no fewer than 100 Boko Haram and Islamic State of West Africa Province terrorists. Senator Kabiru Marafa denies defecting to PDP, says negotiations still on. Christians celebrate Easter with calls for peace and unity. And on the foreign scene, Sri Lankan protesters criticized lack of progress in finding those responsible for the deaths of more than 260 people in bombings 3 years ago. Hello and welcome to Trust News Update. I'm Dashan Husseina Usman. The news in full. Troops of the Multinational Joint Task Force have eliminated no fewer than 100 Boko Haram ISWAP terrorists, including 10 key commanders in the Lake Chad region. Chief of Military Public Information for MNJTF, Colonel Mohammed Dole, in a statement on Sunday, said the forces successfully hit the enclaves in well-coordinated land and air offensives. Dole said the offensives were conducted under Operation Lake Sanity, joint operations involving the MNJTF, troops from Nigeria, Niger, and Cameroon, and troops from Operation Hatinkai. Dole said the troops raided the insurgents' dens in Zanari, Arena Woje, which served as major fabrication workshops, and several other locations around the islands from different corridors in the last 1 week. According to him, the terrorists were neutralized following intelligence-driven lethal airstrikes in the Lake Chad Islands by the Combined Air Task Forces. Meanwhile, Theater Commander of Operation Hatinkai, Major General Christopher Musa, has said its major challenge in the fight against insurgency in the northeast is striking the funding of ISWAP and Boko Haram group from the international community. General Musa stressed that the situation is worse by the movement of small arms from neighboring countries, with some locals providing support for terrorists. He added that civilians can help identify spies in their communities, explaining that it will help in curtailing terrorists' operations.
So they are getting reinforcement, getting logistics, getting this. If we can track where those things and block them, because to some extent we'll be able to achieve that within, to stop them getting logistics from within. But they get it from outside, which is beyond us. Again, another challenge is some locals that still want to trade with the terrorists. They give them fuel, carry food, give them, provide. We have banned the urea from being brought to the northeast. They sneak this and give them, and those are things they use to do their own IEDs. So we're calling on them, and all of those ones that are being paid to spy on the troops, going to tell them what is the strength, the informants, and all those things. So it's for them to desist. The terrorists are just trading with you. It will be your turn very soon.
Still on security and intelligence experts have been reacting to complaints from subnational governments that Nigeria's federal structure is dominated by the central government, particularly in the operation of the nation's security architecture. Trust TV's Shafi'u Suleiman looks at divergent opinions on the issue in the face of escalating insecurity in the country. The report.
The blame game is real. State governors are constantly blaming the centralized structure of security for the erosion of law and order in their domains. Sani Aliu is a security and intelligence expert. He identifies an existing gap in Nigeria's current security architecture. This gap, he says, plays a significant role in the current effort to deal with contemporary security challenges.
We are having terrorism, act of banditry, and the army's purview, as contained in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, is to protect the territorial integrity of Nigeria. And the police purview, as contained in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, is to maintain internal peace and order. There is no one single agency in Nigeria that is charged with the responsibility of countering terrorism.
Jibrin Ndache, a defense editor with one of Nigeria's national dailies, is of the opinion that defeating the non-state actors terrorizing the country requires a collaborative effort.
Americans don't lament. Developed country and other country, when these things happen, there's no blame game. They approach the situation and then they bring everybody on board. Like he said, that led to the establishment of the Homeland Security. But above all, they were thinking differently. They are think tanks, you know, who say, okay, who are thinking of the threats in the next 20 years.
To effectively tackle the multifaceted security challenges undermining the nation, Sani Aliyu suggests a review of the existing security structure by empowering and equipping civil authorities and other internal security outfits to handle emerging threats.
We have a country of over 200 million people sitting on 923 square kilometers with less than 1 million security population. This is sad. Absolutely, we are not serious, and we are not ready to fight this insecurity that is in the country.
Ndache is however of the view that with adequate intelligence information, enhanced welfare of fighting forces and strong political will, Nigeria will overcome the current situation plaguing the nation. Shapir Suleiman, Trust TV News, Abuja.
In politics, Senator Kabiru Marafa on Sunday denied dumping the All Progressives Congress for the People's Democratic Party. He stated this while debunking reports that he and former governor of Zamfara State, Abdulaziz Yari, have finally defected to PDP. Marafa noted that they are into negotiations with many political parties that have invited them to join in the state. He stressed that considering the injustice meted out on the people of Zamfara by the former APC national leadership, several parties approached the former governor's faction. Earlier, PDP chairman Colonel Bala Mande, retired, told journalists in Gusau Sunday that the party received Yeri, Marafa and other top APC members who had joined the party together with their supporters. The chairman maintained that Yeri, Marafa and other top APC members would be officially received in Gusau in a colorful ceremony. Minister of Labour and Employment Chris Ngige says God has spoken to him about his presidential ambition and he will declare on Tuesday. Ngige made the statement Saturday evening when members of the All Progressives Congress welcomed him at the junction between Anambra and Enugu states. Speaking to the crowd who had earlier asked him to declare for the presidency, Ngige said he had consulted, prayed, and God had spoken back to him. He said it is a great mistake for people to compare him with Peter Obi and Willie Obiano, noting that within the 34 months, he did better than them. Ngige said that he did not only lay the foundation of the new Anambra, but he built houses, edifices, schools, and other facilities in the state. Despite the fact that political heavyweights have joined the presidential race, the Yahaya Bello presidential campaign believes its aspirant has a very good chance to clinch the ticket of the All Progressives Congress. Director General of the campaign, Hafsat Abiola Costello, described the aspirant, who is the governor of Kogi State, as a believer in equal opportunities for youths and women. Kehinde Modu has the details.
Governor Yahaya Bello was one of the earliest aspirants to indicate his interest in becoming president of Nigeria in 2023. Since then, many more aspirants have joined the race, some of which are perceived by political watchers to have more political weight and experience than the Kogi State governor. But the governor is undeterred, and his campaign believes he has a good chance of clinching the ticket because he represents the Nigerian youth.
The APC has said that all candidates are free to contest. They've given no restrictions by zone, and so we're guided by that. And our candidate has the freedom to put his candidacy forward. I can assure you that his candidacy that he has put forward has been done with a lot of consultation.
The head of the campaign is daughter of the renowned politician MKO Abiola, who is believed to have won the annulled 1993 elections. She draws some correlations between the successful Hope 93 campaign, which was supported by many Nigerians, and Yahaya Bello's Hope 2023 campaign, which seems slow to take off.
I signal that intention in a very clear and compelling way by saying that MKO Abiola spoke for Hope 1993, Hope 93, and he has said that he will adapt that platform, Hope, but for 2023, for the modern time that we are in, which is actually even more challenging, in many ways more daunting. But the Nigerian people that are here, all of us, not just in this room, but in this country, once we're with a leader that unifies us, who sees our competencies and will use us in the different roles based on our competencies, not based on our ethnicity, then we know that all these problems that we say Nigeria has are problems that we will solve one after the other.
Beyond making his intentions known to Nigerians, the main challenge would be to clinch the APC's presidential ticket in the party's June primaries. To do that, he has to convince the party to do away with a zoning agreement, which, though unwritten, still looms large. Kehinde Amodu, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Your name again, please. Idris.
You're watching Trust News Update. Coming up after the break. Electric cars make brisk business in Maiduguri. Do stay with us.
Every patriotic Nigerian should hear this. Any politician who means well for the people will never allow themselves or their supporters to engage in any violent, destructive activities. No politician who truly wants to serve the people and develop the nation will encourage his followers to destroy properties or take human lives before, during, or after the elections. The Nigerian public must watch out for these traits and isolate any politician who encourages supporters to engage in violence. No genuine politician or patriot will cause trouble and seek to destroy the very society which they aspire to lead or develop. Politicians who have the good of the people at heart will not allow themselves or their followers to engage in violence, destruction of properties, and then taking of lives. Be vigilant. By their words you shall know them. Shun violence. Stay away from politicians who want you to do so. Let's join hands to make the 2023 elections peaceful. This message is from the National Orientation Agency, NORA.
Welcome back and thanks for staying. Let's take a look at some of our top stories. We told you that troops of the multinational Joint Task Force has eliminated no fewer than 100 Boko Haram and ISWAP terrorists. You also heard that Senator Kabiru Marafa has denied defecting to PDP, says negotiations still on. Some more news. Christians in Nigeria and across the world are celebrating Easter, commemorating the resurrection of Jesus Christ from the dead. The celebrations represent the culmination of the Holy Week, which starts with the observance of Palm Sunday to mark the triumphant entry of Jesus into Jerusalem. To mark Easter, Christians thronged churches for special services, prayers, and thanksgiving. President Muhammadu Buhari, governors and leaders call for unity in their Easter messages, especially as it comes about 8 months to the 2023 general elections. It is in its Easter message, the Christian Association of Nigeria said Easter called for celebration despite the challenges bedeviling the country. In the same vein, Christian faithfuls in Abuja join others world over in celebrating Easter Sunday. Trust TV's Kabir Lawal went around Abuja metropolis to have a feel of the celebration vis-a-vis the present-day economic realities. The report.
Not many of the Christian faithful have left their homes for the city center. But then there are some people in Abuja and its environs that have moved around town to visit relatives and well-wishers. Mr. Sam and Mrs. Okoli believe the low turnout of people within the city is because of the hike in prices of commodities, among other economic dislocations. Indeed, the rise in prices of commodities have given this year's Easter a different look from previous years.
Go for today, which is the day we are celebrating our Christ, Jesus Christ, which that he came to this world and died for us. So we thank God for today. On our own level, we are celebrating in a low key. Why some people are, you understand what I'm saying? So we should put our hope in God and trust in God.
But the lessons of Easter go beyond the celebration. It is seen as a season for sober reflection and forgiveness. This is because of the Christian belief that Jesus Christ rose from the dead on this day, and the day represents Christ's victory over death.
It's a time of celebration. because Jesus Christ died on the Calvary for our sin. So it's time that we celebrate each other, we show each other love, we forgive each other all the anything that we want against each other. Things are hard, as in things are very, very hard. No money, everywhere is just dry. At least last year is still better because you can still afford food, chicken to eat, but this year,
Similarly, Nigerians have been urged to unite against discrimination, fighting and other ills to end the current security and economic challenges in the country. Bishop of the Anglican Diocese of Gusau, Bishop John Mbinta, made the call during the celebration of Easter Sunday in Gusau, the Zamfara state capital. The report.
Accept the gospel. The gospel is the power of God. The gospel is the salvation.
Nigeria is currently facing a myriad of security and economic challenges that have become issues of concern to meaningful Nigerians. The insecurity is caused by banditry, kidnapping, killings, attacks of communities, and Boko Haram terrorists unleashing terror on innocent citizens in many parts of the country. Bishop of the Anglican Diocese of Gusau, Bishop John Mbinta, believe that if Christians and Muslims come together to confront insecurity, the outcome will be better and more effective than any weapon. He emphasized the need for leaders and the need to stop expecting solutions from foreigners for Nigerians' problem. As according to him, Nigerians' issues have Nigerian solutions.
The fact that Jesus Christ has risen. Christianity, if Jesus was not raised from the dead, Christianity could have been a collapsed religion. Because there were many things people were saying when Jesus was in the world. When Jesus said, when the scripture says that Jesus was going to be crucified, died, and after 3 days, raised to life.
He challenged Nigerians to accept their diversity and differences the way God made it and urged them to practice the teaching of their religion in a manner that accommodates others. The cleric observed that if Nigerians are not willing to unify to fight their battles, they should forget it.
The time has come for us to unite, to be one, because we should not expect anybody to come from any other country to come and bring peace and bring unity in our country. We are the problem of ourselves because we don't know God. And when you go to everywhere, you see Christians, you see Muslims. In the government, you see Christians, you see Muslims. I don't know what they are doing. I don't know the kind of religion they believe. I don't know the kind of religion they practice. The two religions are the religion of peace.
Bishop John Mbinta said the significance of Easter celebration to Christians is that Jesus Christ resurrected to give mankind hope, joy, and peace, noting that if people accept and believe in him, they can overcome whatever challenges they are facing.
Besides emitting less dangerous gas to the environment, electric cars also come with reduced cost of transportation. While the country struggles with scarcity and increment in fuel prices, which has impacted on transport fares, residents of Maiduguri, the capital of Borno State, are enjoying electric car transportation. An electric car fabricator is making brisk business from his local talent, even as residents cash in on his reduced fares. The report.
Public transportation is one of the key sectors driving the economy of a country. It increases economic productivity and growth. The fuel scarcity and the continuous upward review of the pump price have hiked transport fares and affected commercial activities. However, the production of electric vehicles fabricated by a school dropout in the state, besides making brisk profit, is also making commuting easier for residents, as they can now do so at a much lower price.
It has a capacity of 64 kilowatts and it can charge 5 cars at a time. within a space of 30 to 35 minutes, depending on the intensity of the sunlight. The challenge is that, we have built only one charging station here. So when we charge the car moves from point A to B. So when the charge is exhausted, the car must come to point A to charge. We need support from government, we need support from philanthropists, we need support from investors to increase our capacity to do more.
Mohammed Lawan is one of the commercial drivers of the E-Ride transportation company in Maiduguri. He says he enjoys his job without experiencing the usual long queues at fuel dispensing stations. The buses collect 50 naira per drop instead of the 100 naira charged by regular public transport operators.
I'm expecting that when we have this particular scarcity a lot in the state, so much jobless can reduce. I can make a 5,000, 6,000 per day because of the passengers are patronizing the car so much. Why people are using other vehicles that are using petroleums, the place that they used to take them for like 17 naira, we used to take them 15 naira. And again, some places that we used to take them 30 naira.
Actually, these electric vehicles are, I can say that it is development to our society because they are not like the other fossil fuel vehicles. This is the cost of their transportation is cheaper than the normal vehicle in town.
Like if I'm to board for KK now from here to Kasua, it's almost like 70 naira to 100 naira. But for these buses, I have to pay for just 15 naira. That will take me to the same destination. I'm calling on to federal government to please put more effort in such kind of businesses that are coming up because this is going to help our economic growth.
With the unstable price of fuel in the country, electric vehicles could be an option for Nigeria to end the recurring fuel crisis that is affecting the economy.
On crime, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency has intercepted large consignments of cocaine smuggled into Nigeria through 3 major international airports in Port Harcourt, Abuja and Lagos. The NDLEA also arrested 7 traffickers. The report.
At the Port Harcourt International Airport, 5 suspects were arrested on Saturday, 9th April. 3 of them were arrested during the inward screening of passengers on board Qatar airline flights from Doha to Port Harcourt. The 3 suspects departed Sao Paulo, Brazil on board same Qatar flight en route Doha to Abuja and Port Harcourt with a total of 4.96 kilograms of cocaine. In a press statement released on Sunday, the first is 51-year-old Odogu James Johnson, who hails from Olu local government area, Imo State. He was arrested with 5.48 kilograms of cocaine concealed in lotion plastic bottles sealed with candle wax. He claimed he agreed to traffic the drug for a fee of 1 million naira. Also arrested is Ezekweme Ifeanyi Valentine from Agwata local government area, Anambra State, who was caught with 10.82 kilograms cocaine packed in 84 sachets concealed in 7 duvet, while the third trafficker, Chizie Kechuku Arinze from Duno Kofia local government area, Anambra State, was arrested with 8.66 kilograms cocaine hidden in 115 golden and silver color 30 milligram breakable bottles factory packed with lotion on top. At the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, a psychology graduate of Imo State University, Owerri, Sebastian Emeka Kelvin was arrested with 74 pallets of cocaine weighing 1.454 kilograms on arrival on board Ethiopian airline flight en route Douala Addis Ababa, Abuja on Wednesday, 13th April. The father of one who claims he's a motor spare parts dealer is from Iziagu in Iziagu local government area of Enugu State.
And with this, we've come to the end of Trust News Update. Don't forget to follow us across all our social media platforms. I'm Dashan Husseina Usman. Thanks for watching.